So here's a scenario. So you stop behind a vehicle at a traffic light or at a stop sign, and the vehicle approaching from behind is not stopping. So what do you do? Well, in this video, I'm gonna talk about a rear end crash avoidance exercise that will prepare you for this situation. And at the end of this video, I will leave you with a thought that may change the way you set up. So hang tight. Hey guys, I'm Paul the Motor Guy, and welcome to my channel, where I pass on riding tips, practice drills, and defensive riding strategies to fellow riders. Now, I'm a rider coach, a motorcycle sergeant, and owner and instructor at ProRider Central Texas, where we teach police riding skills to civilian riders. So you're stopped at a traffic light behind a vehicle, and the vehicle behind you is not stopping. Now, most of us, at least I hope most of us, will have a plan of action if this were to happen. We leave plenty of space between us and the vehicles in front of us, and we have an escape path in mind. But the problem is that many of us never practice this maneuver. So how do we really know we can pull it off in a stressful situation? We don't. Now, this is one of the exercises we do in my advanced course, and many of the students have problems with this at first. So I tell my students that having a plan is excellent, but you really don't know what you can do until you practice it. Now, having it in your mind and pulling it off under stress are two different things. Now let's go over this exercise. Now first I will cover how to do the exercise, and then I will cover some common mistakes. Now this is what the exercise looks like. Now this simulates a vehicle that is stopped in front of you. Now this is 6 feet wide. Now you have an escape path on the right and on the left. Both are 5 feet wide. The white line is where I will position my motorcycle, which is 5 feet behind the hazard. Now, if you're going to the left, you will position your motorcycle here, which simulates being behind the left tail light of a vehicle. And now if you're going to the right, you will position your motorcycle here, which would be the right tail light. Now, I know you probably don't park this close behind a vehicle, but by practicing this close will build confidence, and it will make it easier to pull off at your normal distance. So here's how you do this exercise. So when you pull up and stop on the left side behind the hazard, you want your left foot down and your right foot covering the rear brake. Now, when you pull up and stop on the right side behind the hazard, you still want your left foot down and your right foot covering the rear brake. This allows you to use the rear brake to keep the motorcycle from rolling and keep your hand around the throttle. Then you want to check your side mirror, looking for vehicles that are not stopping. Then you want to engage the friction zone and pull around the hazard into your escape lane. Now, if you line up on the right side, you will pull into the right escape lane. And if you line up on the left side, you will pull into the left escape lane. Now, here are some key points to this exercise. So on your takeoff, you want to stay in the friction zone all the way until you're in your escape lane. And you want your takeoff to be smooth and under control. Now, if you try to take off too fast, you risk the chance of stalling the motorcycle, which means you get struck from behind. Now, as you start to pull off, you want to look at the far side of your escape lane until your motorcycle is headed toward the far side. Then you want to look down the escape lane. Now, let's discuss some of the common mistakes. Now, the first is that riders tend to look at the corner of the hazard as they're pulling off, which causes them to strike the corner of the hazard where they're looking. Now, riders also tend not to ride far enough toward the far side of the escape lane before turning their handlebars, which causes the saddlebags to clip the edge of the hazard. Remember, the back tire always tracks inside the front tire, so you must give yourself more space before turning your handlebars. Now, I did a demonstration covering this in my slow cone weave video. If you haven't seen it, check it out after this video. I will leave a link up top and in the description below. Now, let's go outside and I'll ride this for you. Now stay with me, because what I'm going to say next I think is very important. Now I think that most of us are creatures of habit when it comes to stopping behind vehicles. Meaning we tend to line up on the same side no matter what. Now this is usually on the left side. But what if the escape path on the right side is better? So we need to start analyzing the situation as we are approaching the stopped vehicles in front of us to see which side has a better escape path that will make pulling off this maneuver easier. So if the left lane has a big truck in it with extended side mirrors, then you may want to stop on the right side for this particular stop. Remember, we always want to set ourselves up for success. Now, the last thing is that we need to do a better job of checking our side mirrors every time we come to a stop. It does no good to be set up perfect and have an escape path if we never see the vehicle not stopping behind us. Man, I really hope you found some value in this video. If you did, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And let me know in the comment sections below what you think about this exercise. And until next time, practice, 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 and ride safe.